Day 29 of the renovation and lots of updates. Got plenty of costs to share with you at the end of the video, and also decisions that were kind of made. Things that if you're doing this, you might get asked or you'll have to decide on the spot. So first thing we can see, we have the dining room lights. The spotlights are in. So we went for 6 spotlights. Actually 7, because there's one over here in the little area that we don't know what's going to be yet. Cubby hole, nook, storage, who knows, we will see in future videos. Yeah, all went well with the lighting. So obviously we got access to the floor above, so we can go from above to do all the wiring, so that was all done. The spotlights I showed in a previous video, we've just gone for a streamlined, I think it's like a stainless look, isn't it? I think they call it a nickel something. But yeah, spotlights are £7.50, and then with the bulb it comes to like £9.20 per light. To give you an idea of costs, there's 7 in here. I think in the house in total we're putting 35 in, so adds up pretty quick. We also have, or I should mention with these as well, with the spotlights, we were originally going to just divide the space. So you can see we've got 1, 2, 3. So you've got gaps, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps. So if you measured this length and divided by 4, that would give you a spacing, and we thought we would just put it, you know, in those spacings, what it was. So if you divided by 4 and it was 1.2 meters, you put 1.2, 1.2, 1.2. But we spoke to our builder and he said, no, the best way to do it is you measure the gap here to be 500 or 600 roughly, and the same this side, 500 or 600, and then you divide the middle space, and you don't really want them more than a meter apart. So if it starts to get more than a meter, you put more than 1. So for us, for example, we went 600 from there, 600 from there, divided it, put one in the middle, and actually it looks really good. And you do this, and it's quite well, it makes sense when you think about it. So you have light around the outside, around the perimeter as well. The middle naturally gets all the light from the lights beaming in, but yeah, around the outside where a lot of stuff normally is as well in a room. So yeah, that's what we went for off his advice, and we are happy with the result. Now we also have the downstairs toilet. So this is the downstairs toilet, which is now in, give you a better view. So you can see there, downstairs WC, call it a cloakroom toilet, although it's pretty good size, so it's not really a cloakroom. We're gonna have full-size sink, etc. in here. So the lights were all done in here as well. And also we are having an extractor put in, which is a long story because it's a lot of effort, but essentially we've got an isolator that's going to go in here. So the isolator switch will go here. We've got a nice back box for that, and that will all be done properly and switched here. We've done it here because above here is all solid brick. We chase it out, create a mess, create chaos. So I was okay, we were okay with it just going up here out the way. You never really see them, do you, when they're that high anyway. So that is the isolator switch. We also, crazy looking at the size or the sort of space once this wall's been knocked down. See that in previous videos. We also started chasing this cable, which is for a mirror light. So we're going to go for a mirror that's got a light functionality in it. So there's a cable there, doing the same upstairs. All these sort of things you can do when you've got access to the floors and lighting's going in and cables are going in. So we thought, yeah, let's do it. We also have the routing for the extractor has been started. Now, bit of metal dropped. I'll explain about that little bit of metal because that caused us havoc. So the boxing started. So you can see what we've done. This white boxing, plastic tubing, is for the extractor fan. So it goes all the way across, and it goes up, and it goes across, it goes up, and it comes this way. And then we've done some fancy stuff with where one joist is, and then it's going to go into the bathroom, and then it's going to go over here. Because the joists run this way, we don't want to go through. I don't get it completely. I need to speak about it today, but so we don't go through the joist. So he's worked it all out so that we don't have to cut through, I believe. So that's why, and we wanted small box in here, so we've changed it from the sort of round, the round flexi hose to this square sort of pipe, tubing if you like. and that keeps this boxing small. You can see the boxing has been started as well. So the boxing is going to come flush with the beam. This will all be fireboarded in. We've got the fireboard there, the fireboard there. Hopefully that's enough. Looks like we might actually need some more. We shall see. And then, yeah, that will all be boxed in and nicely done. We've also got these pipes, so these are getting boxed in. So basically what we're going to do is continue this boxing to this width. We're going to box it out, and it's going to box all this in, so it will just look like one wall up here and all the way across, and it will stick out a little bit at the top there, but we're not boxing that space. We want to keep this space. That is also because this is going to come out 30 centimeters anyway, which is further, because that's going to be a breakfast bar. So decisions, all looking good. We also have the, we primed the chimney upstairs. So let me show you, because I've done downstairs. So now we're on to upstairs, and essentially what we have to do is prime it with this blue stuff. This blue, it's basically like a Thebond blue grit, ready for the plasterer basically to come and start doing his thing. So yeah, we've done that. That's sort of ready. We've also done the other areas there. This was a bit of wood because there used to be pipe work all down here from the ceiling down, so that was a bit of wood that they used to attach pipe work to. Up there, this is where obviously we've got the engineering bricks for the steel beam. You can see it in previous videos, and there, engineering bricks for the steel beam. A few more things to do and cover, but overall looking pretty good, and happy with progress yesterday. The builder bought a friend, his friend's on holiday over in the UK, and he said he likes being out and about and doing stuff, so he's around for free essentially. So we got double the help. But we know the builder, and yeah, it's nice. We make food, we have a chat, a good laugh. So we're all good this week. It's gonna be a big week, so lots of changes each video. Now we also had a little bit of a clear out in the garden. You can see it down in the garden down there. So this table's gonna go. There was a lot of stuff in the middle. We've got some wood there I need to denail. I denail any wood and put it over here. This wood is ready to use for the builder. But yeah, that's where we're at with the garden, clearing out. Tomatoes are growing nicely, so happy about that. And then yeah, the shed is another story, because I think we'll be doing a big garden room at some point, 5 meters by 5 meters maybe. So yeah, that's where we're at with that in the garden. We also, of course we hit the steel beam. So believe it or not, there's actually a steel beam under this wall that we think is original. So the steel beam holds up this wall, because that wall there, if you see it there, the wall is actually there, and downstairs that's the toilet. So the wall downstairs is there, so they're not in line. So if that's the toilet, bam, there's a steel beam there. Of course, we hit it, didn't we, when we wanted to put the lights in, as you do. I say we hit the corner, like a slight edge of it. It wasn't full on in the middle. So these holes had to have, you can't see it now, but there's a small section of steel that was cut out, a little bit of the steel, just a tiny bit. Obviously not a massive bit because it's structural. But yeah, that's what had to be done. So I had to buy like a special hole saw, 70 mil to cut that. So yeah, these things just happen. You know, it goes from cutting 2 holes to need to go and buy a tool and then take a bit of time to cut through. But overall, got through them. Now, some points and some things that have cropped up as and when we've been doing it is sockets, because when you're redoing all your lights, you kind of got an opportunity, if you're doing stuff anyway, to move sockets or change them, or you know, you can't leave them floating. So this is a kitchen, and that kitchen socket actually does that light. This kitchen socket does that light. That was on the wall there obviously, but we've taken that out, that wall, so that now can't go there. Don't really want it here because that's where the dining room lights are going to go. So we're going to reroute this cable, this one, into here and put a double switch. So that's one decision made. You can see where all the cables run upstairs. This is where they run them all. So yeah, we've had to open it up. But yeah, light switches is it sounds straightforward, but when you do changing walls and putting stuff up, and where do switches go? Where do you want them? Same upstairs, we've got a new switch for the ensuite bathroom, which is actually going outside that one, so we don't have a pull cord in there. But yeah, those sort of things are going to come up. The builder randomly asked us, you know, where do you want the switch? We have to think real quick. We also went for a ceiling rose in the middle here, because this is a dining room. So we're going to have a double switch here. Now, we did actually think, we weren't sure about having this, but what we did want to initially do is put this ceiling rose that will have a nice pendant light coming down over the table. This is the table. But what we discovered is actually our table is really good, because you can, that's basically its smallest form. It can go to nearly, you know, an extra 50, 60 centimeters on that. So by the time we put it in here, yes, it can go across here, but it can also go this way. It can also go short and go against the wall. So we were like, if we put a ceiling light off center somewhere, the table is limited and stuck to it. So in the end, we just put one in the middle, so we can have a nice light in the middle. And the table can go wherever we want. We also, with the boxing in, we had the question of, do we want to make it the same height as this one, which is already boxed, or do we want it as like high as possible, if that makes sense? We don't want the boxing to come down. And yeah, decision was it goes as high as possible, so this opening's as big as possible. Now for the costs for the day, we have back boxes for light. So like we got a plasterboard back box there. We're gonna have a back box there. I'm not sure, we bought some more. I don't know if that needs changing, but we got other back boxes. That was £4 basically, or £3.64 for 4 back boxes. We also had double switches. So we're going to have a double dimmer switch there, which is going to be a double dimmer, which is about £15, fair amount for the faceless ones, screwless ones, and a double switch here, which is going to be £5. So together that's around £20 that will be. We actually forgot about the dimmer here, so I need to take it back and get dimmer switch. I just got a normal switch. We also have a metal hole saw that we needed. So if we go into the materials room, we have this metal hole saw here somewhere. This one. We needed to buy this. This was like £8. That's what cut through the steel. So that's tools. We also have, what else do we have? God, this is a box of all the spotlights and switches and things like that. This is the switches we've gone for. They're the faceless. The BG is a brand, screwless faceplate. So it looked like that, quite a clean look. We also have an outside vent. So we needed this vent to go on the outside. So the extractor fan from the downstairs WC is going outside. So we bought that. It's only £3, so not bad at all for that. We also have the steel capping, which is this. So this is going to go to protect cables in the wall, I believe. So all good and happy with the steel capping. Needed that. We also have screws. We just get through screws. It's always a bit of a scrabble. I've got loads of screws in the shed that we've nearly depleted. So in the end, I just bought 100mm. Yeah, sorry, 70mm, 100mm and 50mm in this box of them. I might get a couple more and just leave them here, because you just get through screws all the time. So we've put budget in. We've just got them in at like a screws column, £100 for the whole project. We also bought the ducting, which is this, and that was like pretty cheap actually. That was £4.59. We also spent £44 on all of this pipe work. So this pipe work here, it's kind of like, it's not just off the shelf. Went to a specialist AC and air conditioning shop to buy it, that he knows the builder went there. So that basically costs £44 for all the angles and joins and things. So I think yesterday we spent around £100 odd. So that's £100, yeah, that's probably a good day. You'd look at that as a goodish day. So we need to get a load more of the downlights. These downlights are the ones we're using. That'll be another 70 odd quid, because we need another 10 or so. So yeah, that's where we're at for day 25. Everything's going well, happy with progress, and we will keep pushing today.